How's it going there, everybody? It's Mr. Zan over here bringing you guys a brand new video for today. And for today's segment, guys, I'm gonna be doing something a little bit different because for the brand new year, Kid Otaku, if you guys aren't familiar, it's another anime YouTuber who focuses on fairy tale videos, has actually tagged me for an anime tag, folks. And for this video, I'm gonna be actually answering the questions that he involved himself with this anime tag itself. It's just a couple of simple questions that involve us YouTubers to actually, you basically say like what kind of anime you like, etc., etc. Kind of give a little personal history with how we got to be involved with anime itself, or how we got involved with the anime community. But honestly, guys, yeah, I believe I did do this type of video earlier, I believe last year. But if it's for all you guys newcomers, then by all means stick around and I'll do this video very quickly. So let's get started. So the first question is coming up right now. It says, how old were you when you first started watching anime? Now, I can't recall when I really did first start watching anime. I know I was definitely about 16, 17 when I was barely starting to get the gist of the anime itself. But that's because there was always about Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, Naruto. I was all into that kind of shenanigans myself that I didn't really invest myself because I didn't have internet at that time. I was always going to somebody else's house or school libraries to actually go and see more about these kind of shows. But needless to say that I was in the era where it was all about cable TV, and I was always watching Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon all the freaking time itself. Adult Swim, Cowboy Bebop. I was watching all these old shows, but it never got stuck to me. I had to watch all these shows later in the years so I could see what the shows were really about, and I thought to myself oh, okay, so that's what they were talking about. And then after that, then I started continuing watching it. But I believe after I got out of high school, when I was about 18, 19, that's when I was really then starting to get really into it, because as a hobby outside, I was I'll just watch anime. Anime is always pretty cool, because I was reading manga volumes out of the shonen series, and then after that, of course, it just kind of stuck onto me, and I started watching more and more anime, seeing as to what other animes there are out there, etc., etc. But I believe it's due to the fact that Kids WB, Toonami, Adult Swim, it was all things that actually really got me into the anime. But honestly, I have to say it was really Pokemon. Because of that, because Pokemon was really the main point and central figure of my childhood. I have to say Pokemon was really my first anime. I live in America, guys, so there wasn't really that much animes going on back in the day, or at least not that much popular as I was aware of, because like I said, I only had cable TV when I was younger. So I have to say it was between Pokemon or Naruto, one of those two, because I know I was really into when I was really younger back in the day. But moving on to question number 2. What was your first anime? This question is ambiguous. I know, Kid Otaku, I know you made these questions, but it's are you talking about my first anime that I ever watched, or are you talking about my first anime that I actually got really into and actually continued watching it? Now, like I said in the previous question before, that I was into Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Digimon, all that when I was younger, but needless to say, those weren't the animes that I was not heavily paying attention to. I was just watching it and it just passed by my head. Like I said, I had to watch those series later in the years to actually get the gist of it. But to honestly say, my first anime that I actually really paid attention to and was really focused on it, I have to say, was Bleach. It's not Naruto, because Naruto, when I was younger, it felt like I was oh, this is going on over here. I felt like when I was watching Naruto, I was really getting into, I believe, when after the Chunin exams, right when they were rescuing Sasuke, I believe right after that, or I believe it during, after the Chunin exams, that's when I felt that's when I was really watching this, Naruto itself, as a series as a whole, and Gaara was the main villain. That's when I was watching Naruto. But needless to say, though, I have to say Bleach was the first anime, because I remember a lot of summers I spent rewatching Bleach, watching the anime itself. I spent so many hours in I dedicate a lot of my life into Bleach. I remember a lot of my childhood was dedicated to Bleach itself, that I was so into it. I even have manga volumes to this day of Bleach, which is hilarious because, you know, that was like, I would consider the first anime that I really put my attention to. Now granted though, like I said, I've watched a lot of other shonen series, but like I said, I just never really like paid really focused attention to. Like I said, Pokemon, Digimon, all that, it's like, you know, it's like part of your child, but you don't, it just passes by you, you know. Of course, like the stories was concrete, but it didn't really stick to you, because, you know, then because think about it, like these Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Digimon, these were like gateway. Think of like gateway drugs, you know, like, oh yeah, marijuana, so we're gonna be doing marijuana, so we can go doing crack. No, I'm kidding. But the point is that these shows were just gateways to the exponential of what other animes they were out there. That's the way I kind of see it. But like I said, I have to move on to question number 3. Which was your favorite anime of all time? Considering that Bleach was the anime that I really considered watching throughout the whole entire, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite out of all time that I can watch over and over again, because the story was really long. I would say I'm considering, like, for this type of, like I said, these questions are really vague, because I think about it, I'm like, I could watch Bleach, yes, but that I consider my favorite out of all time, that I can binge watch over and over again and still to this day watch, I have to say is S Cry Ed, because that's my favorite anime of all time. Because I've watched that series about 5 times, and to this day I still watch the clips of Kazuma versus Ryuko, Kazuma versus I believe it was the main final villain. I don't know why I forgot the last name. Ichijoji, I believe it was. No, I don't know why I'm having a brain fart right now. So holy snap! The main villain, Tachibana, Straight Cougar, like, you know, seeing all these different kind of characters that were involved with all the powers that were involved with, like, that story itself. What it could have been expanded upon in the S Cry Ed series, but it's so short yet so concrete that I enjoyed the series. Like, to this day, like, I still consider it watching it. I even bought the freaking anime itself, that I'm just enjoying it, like, every freaking time. Like, honestly, it's so cool. I love that anime. Like, honestly, like, if they were to make a new series out of that, I would be the first one on it. Like, honestly. But I say like a lot in this video. But yeah, gotta move on, guys. I gotta move on. But my favorite anime, like I said, was S Cry Ed. But you guys should check it out, though. Honestly, you guys should check out S Cry, because S Cry Ed is like that. I feel like that's the epitome of shonen action. Like, I've watched other shonen series, and S Cry Ed is just like the epitome for myself. The main characters, they're so concrete. They're not static at the same time. The characters themselves are also, they all have their own personal ideals involved in the series, that to this day I still believe that these characters are just like to me they stands out of Bleach and Naruto, and even considering One Piece itself, because the story was, like I said, it finished, and it finished, but it could still be continued on. Like I said, it's I love the anime, but that's just it. Okay, like, I can continue going up. I have to move on. Okay, what was I at? Number 4. Who's your favorite male anime character? This one was hard, because, like, I love the shonen genre, so, like, every time I think of my favorite favorite character, like, it's just, I'm always thinking of shonen, like every freaking time. But I have to go with Kazuma, like I said, he was the epitome of shonen genre itself, of shonen fights. He was always getting a brawl. His unique ability, which, by the way, in the S Cry Ed series, I believe they were called Ultra Users, and the way they do it is like it's basically just like, you could say, manipulating matter itself to create something new, to create their weapons or some sort of like shadowy figure of some sorts. But the point is that the main character's Kazuma was basically just, you could say, a fist, like it looked like a demonic fist that he created new. And the point is, throughout the series, the fist evolves. Like, the first fit, like in the beginning of the series, it was just a regular fist, and later on in the series, he gains like a tail that he's able to fly, and the fist actually absorbs the power of the sun. And then later on, as the series continues, you literally get to see him, like, he gets, like, the anime itself did vary from the manga, but like the last ability of the main character Kazuma, he turns into, like, you could say a samurai warrior. That they, like, not a samurai warrior, but like he gets like body plated armor, but he looks like a lion. He gets his hair turns longer into a mane. The tail that was actually right behind him actually grew longer. The fist that was originally on his right hand went onto his left. Like, now both of his hands he was able to do his both unique attacks, and he actually calls it his proud fist. And like I said, it's throughout the series, it's just all of his attacks. Every time he's fighting a brand new enemy, every single time, he's always putting his ideals onto his attacks. Every single time, no matter what villain it was, he's always telling them that, you know, who are you to judge me for who I am? Like, that series was so well, like, to me it felt it was well written for a shonen series. The epitome of action anime, right there. No holds bar match right there. Kazuma himself was the best male anime character I personally think in the anime community. There could be other ones that people love, other type of characters, other genres and stuff, but to me, for the shonen aspect, I have to say Kazuma. Now, question number 5 is, who is your favorite female anime character? Like I said, these questions are ambiguous, like, so just any. So who's your favorite female anime character? I have to say Tsubaki. It's Tsubaki because of her personality. Her personality was downright charismatic. And the way that she positioned herself, she was a strong character, no holds bar. She's a very strong character, but the thing is about her is that, you know, that there was room for her to grow throughout the series. That I felt like they just put her to the side because of all the other characters that were bombarded in Soul Eater itself. So I have to say, my favorite character really is Tsubaki. My favorite female. Now, if we're talking for comedy itself, because I'm watching right now Gabriel Dropout, and I have to say Satanica. Now that's my favorite female character out of comedy. Now, if we're talking shonen action, I have to say I'm gonna say any of the Fairy Tail girls because of the fan service. That's just it. The only reason for them is for fan service because of the Fairy Tail girls. But I have to go with Tsubaki as number 1 because there was more story involved with her, and she wasn't necessarily always fan service. She had fan service, don't get me wrong, but it was just enough to be just a tiny bit of tease. But her story was actually pretty interesting. That I actually thought to say, like, oh, okay, you know, very cool lineage that she comes from. But moving on, I have to move on because I'm already at 13 minutes. Jesus Christ, I'm just ranting on from right now. Number 6. What is your favorite anime genre? I have to say shonen. Yeah, shonen. Every single time I think of my favorite animes, it just goes back to shonen itself. So shonen manga it is. Even though it does get tedious after a while, but at the same time, I still go back to shonen animes and manga because at the end of the day, I'm just there for the action. That's what it really is. Now, moving on. The last question, what do you prefer, anime or manga? I have to say anime for the battles, but manga for the story. And by story I mean for plot development, side stories. Because when you watch it in anime, it takes forever, and they drag all these side stories on and on that you just want to get it over with. That's why I think that with manga has its way that it can actually implement more stories than it can, and you'll still be able to catch on to it really quickly. And meanwhile, anime, it's really there just so they can animate the sequences of battles itself. That's the way I kind of see it, because I love both of them, watching anime and manga. But it's kind of hard to say because one has a better has a better option than the other. Like I said, you know, when it's anime, you're really there for the action and battles, and for the manga, you're really there for, so like, let's take for example, for the anime, like let me just use S-Cred back again. I love it S-Cred for the way they actually implemented all the battle sequences there. Now, if I was gonna watch S-Cred the manga, no, I would not. It felt, it was dishonorable. Like that's the way I felt. Like it was something. I shouldn't think of the freaking manga out of S-Cred. But let's use another example, like One Piece. That in itself is another perfect example that I personally find the manga better than the anime, because the manga is involved with so much information. You're bombarded with so much events that are unfolding within every single chapter that it's so captivating that you want to keep reading the next chapter because you want to know what's going to happen to the characters. Meanwhile, in the anime for One Piece, it's like it's dragging on, because I'm reviewing it on my channel, and after a while you kind of notice it's like, oh man, there's still so much they could go on, but you're wondering that because you know that they're gonna catch up. It's the manga, so they have to slow it down a bit. You know, like I said, it's just so many things that happen. Like I said, it's just it varies as to which one you really want. Like I'm not fully 100% saying, oh, I love anime more than manga, and I can't say I fully 100% love manga more than, because they each have their own pros and cons, you could say. But yeah, but that's about it for today's segment, folks. Yeah, I love to rant. Not gonna lie to you guys, I really do love to rant. 16 minutes into this, and I'm ranting already. Yeah. If you guys stuck all the way to the end, I'm glad that you guys did, because I believe this was probably a really boring video. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but I made this out of fun. This was really out of fun. Granted though, I'm supposed to tag other people in this video, but I don't know who to tag. I really don't. I'm trying to think as who I can tag, but nobody comes to mind. Honestly, I'll leave it at here, guys. Let me know down in the comments below as to what are your guys' thoughts. How old were you when you first started watching anime? Number 2, what was your favorite anime? Number 3, what is your favorite anime of all time? Number 4, what is your favorite male anime character? Number 5, what is your favorite female anime character? Number 6, what is your favorite anime genre? And number 7, would you prefer anime or manga? Like I said, let me know down in the comments below. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoy my content, don't forget to give it a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more anime-related discussions. Like I said, this video, it's just for fun. Not too serious, you know. That's why this video is so long. Let's go for 30 minutes, guys. 30 minutes. I tease. But like I said, though, guys, hope you guys have a wonderful day. But this is Mr. Zen, signing out.